Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we've got some updates on Drake, you guys, and it's not good. So anything I say in this video is alleged and in my personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is ever personal, you guys. Oh my gosh, where do I begin? So you know where we last left off. There was a couple of petitions for basically threats of a lawsuit against the big bosses at UMG, you guys. And everything is backfiring, right? So apparently, Timbaland, I think, was responding to a post on whether or not Drake could win a $2 billion lawsuit against UMG, against trying to take down the music industry. And Timbaland responded with a funny meme that basically was somebody shaking their head no. And Drake got upset and unfollowed him, you guys. And then, after accusing UMG in this lawsuit of payola, of bots, and people being paid to, promote Kendrick Lamar, but that the streams were not real, well, apparently the real sales, you guys, have gone up 440% since Drake's lawsuit, or threats of lawsuits announcements, right? And not only that, the real streams are also up 20% of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, right? So nonetheless, this is not going well for Drake. Furthermore, Drake announced the other day that he is going to be starting a tour in February of next year, conveniently the same night as Kendrick Lamar will be performing at the Super Bowl. He will be embarking on a tour, Drake will, in Australia and New Zealand, you guys. But I think due to the time differences, they won't be performing at the same time. But it's the level of pettiness for me, right? It's the level. And I believe the release of Kendrick's latest album was the same date before on a previous Nicki Minaj album. Like it's so much petty that's going on. But that's not even the tip of the iceberg, you guys. I knew something was about to happen down the pipe. Like, I knew something was going to happen down the pipe. I was like, Drake is about to be made an example of. They're about to come for Drake harder than before, because you do not go to the top of the person at the company like this, especially in the music industry, and think you're going to get away with it. Especially if you think that you got the complexion for protection. Oh, no. So with that, it broke last night that XXXTentacion, who passed away in a brutal murder some years ago, his killer, apparently yesterday, one of the killers, now wants to point to Drake in an appeal brief, right? And so basically, Dedrick Williams' attorney is trying to create reasonable doubt. Shout out to Jay-Z. It's been over 6 years since the tragic death of X, an untimely death. One of the four men convicted for their alleged involvement in the fatal shooting, Dedrick Williams, was handed a life sentence in 2023. He, along with two other men, was found guilty of first-degree murder as well as armed robbery. Now he is filing court documents for an appeal. According to Law and Crime Network, his petition points to the late artist's alleged feud with Drake, arguing that it proves that he could allegedly be an alternate suspect. Williams' attorney, Mauricio Padilla, recently spoke with the outlet describing how he is trying to create reasonable doubt. Defendant has every right to defend himself, to show reasonable doubt wherever it may be, and to fully investigate and articulate to a jury an alternate shooter defense or an alternate defense where someone else committed this crime, he explained. Unfounded conspiracy theories suggesting Drake was allegedly involved in X's death are nothing new. With that being said, Padilla noted that he is not necessarily accusing Drake of carrying out the shooting. Instead, he is trying to prove that this lead wasn't looked into and that the investigation was sloppy. It appears as though Drake has his own legal issues to worry about these days. However, he recently decided to take legal action against Universal Music Group. The Toronto rapper accuses the label and Spotify of artificially boosting Kendrick Lamar's hit diss track, Not Like Us. He also alleges that UMG could have prevented the release of the song, on which Kendrick accuses him of being a sexual predator. Unsurprisingly, this has since earned big reactions from countless social media users and peers. Some, like Funk Foster Flex, think Drake is completely in the right. Others, like Joe Button, believe that taking legal action only makes him look worse. Earlier this week, DJ Academics even argued that the timing of Drake's filing could have worked in Kendrick's favor, boosting sales of his new album, GNX. So it just keeps getting, more and more messier and messier and everything else. For me, it's like this. It's a bad look for hip-hop. If you are now all of a sudden, when you've been on the other side of the rap beef, whether it was against, Meek Mill or Kanye and your thing with Pusha T and everything else, it was fine then. It was all good a week ago, but now all of a sudden, Kendrick Lamar gets one over you and shuts it down with Not Like Us. And instead of you getting into the studio and either doing a response record or putting out the best record of your life, you decide to go at the top of the food chain at the same label that you're with, that Kendrick Lamar is with, and trying to accuse them of fraud, trying to accuse them of stealing, trying to accuse them of, trying to manufacture sales, trying to manufacture streams, trying to manufacture profits. It's absolutely wild. And the thing is, the same label that you have been with, you are making all these accusations against, but people are now going to be looking at you sideways, because if any of this was true that has happened previously with any other artist, and you just sat there on the mute challenge as long as nothing negatively impacted you, what does that say about you, Drake? What does that say about you? But in the history of all these rap beefs, whether it was Tupac and Biggie, whether it was Nas and Jay-Z, whether it was the countless beefs that Nicki Minaj has had with these female rappers and everything else, not once have we ever seen anybody go the legal route and try to sue somebody. You either took the L in the situation, or you went back in the studio and tried to put out another diss record. Like it's as simple as that. But nonetheless, you guys, it's just not looking good. I don't know what's going to happen, because Drake has another album that he's supposed to be releasing, supposedly this R&B album with Party Next Door. I don't know if that's going to be shelved or if that's going to be put on hold, but the timing of, this appeal for X's murder, trying to now involve Drake as a person of interest, and to further speak to that as well, some of the lyrics in his songs is what they're pointing to, some of the references in a few music videos is what they are referencing, that they feel that there is something that might have, correlated, with something that Drake was trying to imply, essentially. And they want it looked at. They want it investigated. Also on this show, it mentioned that apparently Drake was not properly served. Apparently Drake also didn't have to do a deposition, was able to get out of that, and all of the things, you guys. It is just a mess. But I am wondering if the reason that Drake didn't have to be a part of any of this was because the powers that be made sure that he had nothing to do this, that he didn't have to do the deposition, that he wasn't going to be properly served. But right after the announcement of both of these threats for lawsuits and defamation and everything else, right after there's magically a hearing for this appeal, and immediately Drake's name is just right there. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? So I do not put anything past anybody. I think at the very minimum, Drake's about to experience the ultimate humiliation that takes place whenever these artists don't, quote, fall in line and don't, keep their head down and just, stick with whatever, whatever the status quo is, aka keep your mouth shut. And nonetheless, since Drake doesn't want to comply, we're about to see like I said, we're about to get all types of bad Drake press like never before. Whatever tea people have on him is about to come out. And even if it comes out that he is completely innocent in this case involving X, that he had nothing to do with it in any capacity, even with that being said, you guys, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that this is a major story. And this is also going to negatively impact Drake in the press, because if it's true that he is trying to negotiate a larger record deal for his next contract, this lawsuit is not a good look. It's not giving you the leverage that it thinks it is, because the allegations you're making is immediately being refuted by actual sales and actual streams increase of the song you're trying to claim was being paid for by payola, and that people were being paid off by stations to just play the song nonstop. No. Here is the thing. There's so many people that still love Not Like Us around the globe, and it's an absolute insult for you to be so pressed about the fact that so many people like this song that you're going to accuse it of sabotage and that it's fraudulent and all these things. No. You have to eat some humble pie, Drake. You have to eat some humble pie, but you better be careful if you're going to try to go up against these bigwigs in the music industry, or any industry for that matter. Ask how that worked out for Diddy trying to go against the head of the tequila company because he was not happy. He was supposed to get a larger profit than $60 million a year, and we see how that turned out for him. Ask how it turned out for Bill Cosby, who allegedly wanted to purchase NBC. All of a sudden, all of his tea from 40 years ago just spills out all at once. Please continue to go against this industry and these billionaires who are signing your checks, and see how that works for you. See how it works for you, and we'll see what happens from here. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.